Okay, look into the camera and explain dance.
Okay, so, dance. Hip-hop. It's a lifestyle, not just a dancing act. Okay?
It's a way of life.
It's a way of life. You have to be committed. You have to be well-rounded. You have to learn.
Like in a few seconds.
You need to learn the philosophy. You need to learn the dance. You need to breathe hip-hop. That's what I do. You shall now see this in action.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
Why did you choose dance?
Because it always looked really cool to me when I was little, and how people could do certain things like do flips in the air and like just insanely cool tricks. I thought it was really cool and I wanted to be part of it. Just the emotional aspect of it, the way that like if you don't have any other way to get emotions out of you, you just use it in dance. You go to class and you just let it all out, and it feels like the greatest thing in the world.
Dance motivate you?
Dance motivates me because I know if I'm ever upset or having a bad day, I can come to dance and just dance out my emotions and everything will be okay. It's my escape.
The interactionist perspective deals with how people interact with one another and also examines their everyday lives. As you heard Tom say in the beginning, dance is something you need to live. It's part of your daily routine. At dance, you interact with the same people and basically become one person. Without a member, dances cannot function. As you will hear some of the students explain, dance helps them get through their daily lives. Without it, they wouldn't feel whole. On dancenet.com, there is a blog, and the person asked, "How does dance make you feel?" One person stated, "It's hard to explain how it makes me feel. I could say that I don't feel anything without it." Someone added, "I gotta agree. I have a problem where depression pops up now and again, and dance seems to help keep it under control. When I go through a spell in my life where I don't get as much time to dance, here comes Madame Depression knocking on my door. So dance lifts me out of the blues and depression. So it makes me feel alive. I'm glad to be alive when I'd rather not be here."
How does hip-hop make you feel?
It makes me feel like I can do anything. I mean, when I can go on the floor and spin on my head and do windows, and it makes me feel like I have no limits. Like I can do anything and that no one can tell me no. No one can say you can't do this. That's what it means and how I feel.
How does dancing make you feel?
It makes me feel like a lot more confident. Like before I started dancing, I wasn't very like outgoing, and now you could ask anybody, I'm like outgoing, crazy, like just like myself, and it gave me like the confidence to like be who I really am and not be like somebody I'm not, like show who I really am basically.
Building up on your stamina, you want to make sure that whatever you're feeling, you want to make sure that, like, how do you know that the person next to you is feeling a little worse, right? How do you know the person next to you is feeling it worse or just isn't moving? And it's fighting. You want to be able to fight that. A cramp in your side, feeling a little tired, that's not enough. You want to stay moving when you do this stuff. And it's very important because it's all relative. It's all relative to what you're used to. And it's because they had other things that they were worried about. And that the reason that it's relative to this is because what are you used to? What's real? What's pain to you? What's exhaustion to you? You know, what's really being tired?
Ow. Grab your foot, go down, trip over it, point at it, then hit the floor.
Make sure you have energy. Make sure it's not just about being here, right? Because if I treated this just as me just working when I'm here, then we would have a lot less time. If I was only working while I was here, you wouldn't have music classes. We wouldn't have choreography ready. We wouldn't have technique and lesson planning. You wouldn't have performances. Why? Because I only work when I'm here. Now, the same thing has to go for you. If I don't just work when I'm here, then you can't just work when you're here.
What's your favorite style of dance and why?
My favorite style is hip hop. I'm just more like emotionally connected to it, I think. And just the whole like culture and the idea of positivity and getting over obstacles and just pushing through everything, and also just like the whole mindset of having having anything you want, like you can go for it and you can get it, and as long as you work hard and set goals, like that's just amazing to me, and like it's just helped me so much in my life.
That a little more. You want that truly tired feeling. You want to feel your legs numb, your body ready to collapse. You want to feel dripping sweat and disgusting. You want to feel completely ready to collapse. Like the second, and I don't mean after like a half hour of getting yourself ready for bed. The second you walk in the house, you want to collapse and fall asleep. And if you do, you will fall asleep right away. That's how you should feel when you go into rehearsal. Right? And if you don't, then you weren't working hard. Or I wasn't working hard. But when you're working, you want to find that rhythm. Okay? Taking breaks in between all that stuff isn't really what matters. And the reason I'm talking to you guys about this is because we want to push that even further. After you're done with your dance, you should be able to run it right away again. Right? And you guys will start to see that more and more, because anything that you guys want to prepare for, if you're going to be taking classes out the door, anybody who's doing Pulse this weekend, anybody who's who's going to be taking classes at Monster, anybody who's going to be doing anything that has to do with any of this stuff, you are going to go out there and you are going to get exhausted fast, and no one's going to tell you you can have a water break. You have a water break when they tell you. And you're gonna feel like you want to just fall to the floor, and you're not going to, because you have to, right? So, but we want to get to that point where you don't look weak and tired, right? Because you want to get up in front of this teacher, you want to get up in front of people in general, and when you're performing, you want to get up there and show them your best every time. In order to show them your best every time, you don't want to try to have a poker face just because you're in pain. You don't want to be in pain. You want that pain to not matter. Does everybody understand? Good. So,